सो गुड इवनिंग ऑल ऑफ यू। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच, आप लोगों ने आज चिल्ड्रंस डे पे टाइम निकाला। थैंक यू वेरी मच टू ऑल चिल्ड्रंस एंड पेरेंट्स। और अगेन हैप्पी चिल्ड्रंस डे टू ऑल ऑफ यू। सो आज का टॉपिक ऑलरेडी आपको पता ही होगा। हम लोग एक बहुत नॉलेजेबल सेशन के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं एक आध घंटे के लिए। बट बिफोर दिस सेशन के बारे में मैं आपको कुछ समरी बताऊं, उससे पहले मैं आपको एक कहानी सुनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ, क्योंकि ये सेशन बच्चों के लिए है तो शायद कहानी शुरुआत से अच्छा कुछ होगा नहीं। सो कहानी ये है कि एक एक सिटी के अंदर एक रिचेस्ट पर्सन हुआ करता था। हार्डली 2-5 मिनट का कहानी है, तो ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट करूँगा नहीं मैं आप लोगों का। बट एक सिटी में एक रिचेस्ट पर्सन हुआ करते थे। वो रिचेस्ट पर्सन ट्रैवलिंग कर रहे थे, मॉर्निंग में अपने ड्राइवर के साथ में कार से निकले और काफ़ी दूर जाना था। तो मीनवाइल कुछ दूर वो पहुँचे ही थे, 20-25-40 किलोमीटर पहुँचे ही थे और उनकी गाड़ी खराब हो गई। अब क्योंकि वो बहुत सुबह जल्दी निकल लिए थे तो उनको शायद भूख भी बहुत लग रही थी। ही वाज़ सो हंग्री, बहुत ज़्यादा भूखे थे। तो ड्राइवर जब तक गाड़ी रिपेयर कर रहा था तब तक उन्होंने सोचा कि चलो मैं कहीं पर फूड को आइडेंटिफाई कर लूँ, कहीं पर मुझे खाने को कुछ मिल जाए। बट क्योंकि वो एरिया थोड़ा इंटीरियर था तो शायद वहाँ कुछ मिला नहीं। तो वहाँ पे उन्होंने देखा 3 बच्चे खेल रहे थे। तो उन 3 बच्चों के पास जाके पूछा कि बेटा मुझे भूख लगी है, तो मुझे कहीं से फूड मिल सकता है? तो तीनों बच्चे बहुत अच्छे थे, उन्होंने गए सीधे अपने घर पे गए। तीनों बच्चे अपने घर से कुछ न कुछ खाना लेकर आए और उन साहब को दिया। और उन्होंने खाना खाया, उनकी जो भूख थी वो खत्म हुई और बहुत खुश हुए। तो क्योंकि वो रिचेस्ट पर्सन थे सिटीज़ के, तो उन्होंने बोला कि चलो आप बताओ, आप तीनों मेरे से क्या चाहते हो? तो पहले बच्चे से पूछा, ए बच्चे से पूछा, जिसको हम लोग नाम जानने ए बोलते हैं। ए बच्चे से पूछा तो ए बच्चे ने बोला कि आप रिचेस्ट पर्सन हो तो आप मुझे बहुत सारा पैसा दे दो। हम लोग मेरे पास में सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा होगा तो मैं अपनी लाइफ़ को ईज़िली और एन्जॉयबल तरीके से जी पाऊँगा। तो हमने बोला ठीक है, मैं तुमको बहुत सारा लाइफ़ को जीने के लिए पैसा दे दूँगा। फिर दूसरे बच्चे से पूछा कि तुम आपको क्या चाहिए? तो ही इज़ रिप्लाइंग दैट कि मुझे आप एक बड़ा-सा बंगला और एक गाड़ी कार चाहिए मुझे, ताकि मैं अपने आराम से उसमें रह सकूँ और अपनी लाइफ़ को एन्जॉय कर पाऊँ। तो उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, मैं आपको यह भी दे देता हूँ। फिर तीसरे बच्चे से उन्होंने पूछा बेटा आपको क्या चाहिए? और जब तीसरे बच्चे से पूछा, तीसरा बच्चा थोड़ा-सा शांत रहा और फिर वापस से उसने जवाब दिया कि मुझे आप अगर मुझे देना ही चाहते हो तो मुझे एजुकेशन दीजिए। मुझे मैं कैसे अच्छी एजुकेट हो पाऊँ, अच्छा पढ़ पाऊँ, समझ पाऊँ पैसा क्या होता है, पैसे को कैसे कमाया जा सकता है, कैसे बचाया जा सकता है और कैसे मैं उससे और पैसा बना पाऊँ, इन सब का मुझे एजुकेशन चाहिए। तो उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, मैं आपको एजुकेशन देता हूँ। ये सब तीनों को देने के बाद, तीनों को ये सब चीज़ें फैसिलिटी कराने का अरेंजमेंट करने के बाद ये बहुत साल बीत गए, 20-22 साल बीत गए। वो रिचर्ड पर्सन ने कहा कि यार मैंने इन तीनों बच्चों को जो दिया था, देखो आज के स्टेटस क्या है, 25-30 साल बाद क्या हुआ इन सबका। तो पहले बच्चे को फिर कॉन्टैक्ट करके बोला है कि भाई जिसको बहुत सारा पैसा दिया था, ए नाम का बच्चा जिसको हम लोग बोल रहे हैं, उसको बहुत सारा पैसा दिया था, उसका क्या हुआ? तो जब वो उससे मिले तो उसकी हालत ठीक नहीं थी, कपड़े-वपड़े भी कुछ, उसको देख के ऐसा लगा कि यार इसके पास तो कुछ भी नहीं है। तो उससे पूछा कि भाई आपको तो मैंने बहुत सारा पैसा दिया था, क्या हुआ उसका? तो उन्होंने रिप्लाई करा कि सर आपने मुझे पैसा तो बहुत दिया था मेरे बचपन में और मैंने उस पैसे से सारी चीज़ें करी, वो सब चीज़ें करी जो मुझे चाहिए थी और बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें भी करी जो मुझे नहीं चाहिए थी, फिर भी क्योंकि सब लोग बोलते थे तो लेना पड़ा मुझे वो सब चीज़ें। और उस क्योंकि मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था कि पैसे को कैसे सही जगह से सेविंग और इन्वेस्टमेंट किया जाता है, तो मैंने पैसे को कहीं पर भी लगा दिया जिससे मेरा सारा पैसा डूब गया और आज मैं वापस से बचपन जो पुअर गरीबी वाला माहौल था वहीं पर हम लोग आज वापस आ गए। तो उसको दुःख हुआ कि यार ये इसमें मैंने ये अच्छा नहीं हुआ। तो उसने दूसरे बच्चे को, बी वाले बच्चे को आइडेंटिफ़ाई करा। उसको पूछा तो उसकी हालत भी सेम थी। तो उसको बोला कि यार आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? तो उसने बोला कि सर आपने मुझे एक बंगला दिया था, गाड़ी दी थी, बट एक्चुअली जहाँ पे आपने बंगला गाड़ी दिया था, वहाँ पे बाढ़ आ गई, फ्लड आ गया। तो वो सब कुछ खत्म हो गया और मैं अपनी पुरानी पोज़ीशन पे वापस आ गया। तो सरप्राइज़ था 2 बच्चों के साथ ऐसा देखकर, उसको लगा यार तीसरे के साथ भी ऐसा तो कुछ हुआ नहीं है। तो फिर तीसरे को आइडेंटिफ़ाई करके जब बात हुई, तो तीसरे से जब उसको देखा तो बड़ा खुश हुआ, क्योंकि उसको वो बहुत बड़े बंगले में रहता था, बड़ी कार थी, अच्छा घर था, वेल एस्टेब्लिश्ड था वो। उससे बात करी तो उससे पूछा तो बेटा आप कैसे हो? बोले मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ, आपने जो मुझे एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करी, जो शिक्षा प्रोवाइड करने में हेल्प करी, उससे मैं बहुत कुछ सीखा, अबाउट द मनी सीखा, मनी को सेव करना सीखा, इन्वेस्टमेंट करना सीखा और आज मैं बहुत रिचेस्ट, आप जैसा रिचेस्ट बनने की उस पर आज वे पे हूँ मैं। तो देखकर बहुत खुश हुआ वो रिचर्स मन। उसने बोला कि उसने ये इस पूरे तीनों बच्चों को देखकर ये आइडेंटिफ़ाई करने की कोशिश करी कि लाइफ़ में पैसा होना ज़रूरी नहीं है, बट यस आपको नॉलेज अगर है, पैसे का सही यूज़ आपको अगर आता है, तो हमेशा आप लॉन्ग टर्म के अंदर आप अपनी वेल्थ को क्रिएट कर पाओगे। और इसी मॉरल के साथ में हम लोगों ने आज का जो ट्रेनिंग सेशन ही बोलूँगा मैं, इसको मीटिंग तो नहीं बोलूँगा, क्योंकि आज सभी बच्चे हैं जो एजुकेट, जो आने वाले टाइम में अपनी वेल्थ को क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफ़ॉर्म है, राइट? सो होपफुली आपको ये स्टोरी थोड़ी समझ में आई होगी। बिफोर दैट, आफ्टर दैट दिस स्टोरी, मैं आज के इवेंट जो हम लोगों ने रखा है, मिशन मास, मास के बारे में आपने पढ़ा ही होगा, मास मूवी भी आप लोगों ने देखी होगी, बट ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। बट हम लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट जर्नी, बच्चे कैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट के थ्रू या अपने आप को आज कैसे डेवलप कर पाए, थ्रू गिविंग अ बेटर फ्यूचर के लिए कैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट को समझ पाए, उस बारे में हम लोग बात करेंगे। और उसको समझने के लिए हमारे पास में मिस्टर अमित गोवर सर है, इज अ नेशनल हेड लीड ट्रेनिंग HDFC एमसी लिमिटेड। Amit sir is a mechanical engineer in a MBA, CFA, and third level is a candidate with there. With the 16 years, 16 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है उनको इस फाइनेंशियल इंडस्ट्रीज का फॉर द मैनेजमेंट एंड ट्रेनिंग। और इन्होंने ही इज आल्सो कंडक्टिंग मोर देन 1200 सेशंस फॉर बैंक एंड एफडीज एंड नेशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स ऑल दिस। तो इस टॉपिक को समझने के लिए इनसे अच्छा स्पीकर हमने को नहीं मिल सकता है। सो विदाउट एनी वेस्टिंग अ टाइम, थैंक यू वेरी मच अगेन, हैप्पी चिल्ड्रंस डे। सो मैं ये फोरम को हैंड ओवर करूंगा अमित सर के लिए। अमित सर, हैंड ओवर टू यू। थैंक यू।
Perfect, Jitu bhai. Good evening, all participants. Hi, मेरा नाम अमित ग्रोवर है. I am a national lead trainer at HDFC Mutual Fund. Wish you a very happy and a prosperous Children's Day. Happy और prosperous सिर्फ बोलने के लिए नहीं है. Today's session will try to make sure you actually are happy and you are prosperous in life. I really wish when I was your age, somebody would have done this session for me. Because मुझे पैसों के बारे में, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के बारे में, पर्सनल फाइनेंस के बारे में, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के बारे में बहुत लेट पता चला. I wish when I was young, I was your age, somebody would have taught me about money and investments. Like Jitu bhai rightly said, the world's richest investor, his name is Warren Buffett. And you know what Mr. Warren Buffett says? The best investment what you can do is the investment in yourself. सबसे अच्छी इन्वेस्टमेंट आप एक्चुअली अपने ऊपर कर सकते हो, which is nothing but knowledge. With knowledge you can create wealth, and that's what we'll try to understand in the next 40-45 minutes. We'll try to educate you about money, finance, and investments in general. Now, when I look at school curriculum, in fact, my son is 10 years old. उसने ये सेशन बहुत बार अटेंड किया है मेरे साथ. So when I look at his curriculum, today's kids are practically learning everything. They are learning about all the languages. सारे languages के बारे में सीख रहे हैं. Maths, science, history, geography. Today's kids are also learning computers, coding, and programming. So practically anything and everything they are learning. But unfortunately, the most important topic, which is money and investment, is not taught in school. Leave about school, even when you do your graduation or even when you do your post graduation, higher education, this topic, which is called as money and investment, is not taught. Look at the irony. The most important topic, I hope my presentation is visible. Can you please share the presentation? So basically, the most important topic, which is money and investments, unfortunately, that topic is not being taught. So today's session is about talking about this topic, which is called as money and investments, and let's try to understand this in a very fun and a very interesting way. Let's start with a very interesting mission. All सारे बच्चे, all the kids are selected for basically a mission trip, which is called as Mission Mars. A very interesting thing, it's a 10-day trip, and your parents have agreed for it. After 2 years COVID, 2 years pandemic, a 2 years lockdown, unfortunately, you are not able to enjoy, move out of your houses and go for vacations. But now your parents have allowed you to go for a vacation, which is basically at Mars. The key to survival in Mars is basically teamwork. आपको मिलके बहुत interesting, engaging answers देने हैं. So please put all your answers in the chat box. I will look at your answers and I will try to understand how do you look at money and investments in general. So the most important thing is teamwork. The interesting point is you have already reached Mars. Your space station has reached Mars. It's a 10-day trip, 10-day challenges. You will have amazing fun. And let's try to answer all the challenges and understand about money, investments, and personal finance. So let's start with the very first challenge or the first question. It's a 10-day trip. you get 2 water bottles per day, but you get this water bottles only for 5 days. And the remaining 5 days, you will get no water. A very simple, basic maths question. How much water will you consume every day? So if you can put the answers in the chat box. Yes, one, 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 one. Majority of you are saying one, which is absolutely right. You might ask, why are we even discussing such a basic and a very simple question? ये छोटा basic maths question क्यों पूछा जा रहा है? Now let's try to understand this from a life perspective. जिंदगी को 3 हिस्से में बांटा जा सकता है. So let's look at my life. The first 25 years of my life is where I was learning all the skills. I was getting educated, did my engineering, did my MBA the first 25 years. The next 25, 30 years is when I will actually earn. This is where I will work, I will earn money. So I get only 25 to 30 years to basically earn. And the last 25 to 30 years, let's say from 55 to 85, 30 years, there will be no income. Now, a basic maths question. If I get only 25 or 30 years to earn, and the last 25 to 30 years, I will make zero income. So, from which age should I start saving and investing? If you can put the answers in the chat box. Okay, interesting. Some people are saying, some children are saying as soon as possible right now. Somebody is saying at the age of 25, 24. Somebody is saying when I start earning money. And you are absolutely right. Basically, the day you get your first salary, from that day onwards, you should start saving and investing. It's like same water bottle problem. The idea is you will get water only for 5 days. The remaining 5 days, you will get no water bottles. So ideally, you should save 1 water bottle per day. Similarly, you should start saving and investing from the first day itself. Yes, you should enjoy with money, but at the same time, you should start saving and investing also. Now you might ask, okay, it's such a basic question and it's such a basic planning. It must be very simple and easy to do. But actually, it sounds very simple and easy, but in real life, it's actually very difficult. As a homework, आप basically अब YouTube पे जाना जब ये सेशन खत्म होगा और YouTube पे लिखना मार्शमेलो एक्सपेरिमेंट. मार्शमेलो एक्सपेरिमेंट वाज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट. छोटे बच्चों पे किया गया था, अराउंड 8 to 10 years old. इन बच्चों के सामने there was something which was very sweet. It's called marshmallow. उनके सामने रखा गया था and kids were told, wait for 15 minutes and you will get 2 marshmallows. Okay, now it's a very basic thing. आप सब लोग बोलोगे it's very logical, rational that children should wait for 15 minutes and get 2 marshmallows. When you see the video, you will realize 70% of the kids were not able to wait for 15 minutes. The idea is mathematically you will say yes, wait for 15 minutes. Logically you will say, but the temptations are so high that it's very difficult to do it in real life. And I'll give you my real life challenges, what happened to me when actually I started saving and investing money when I got my first job. So when I got my first job and I got my first salary, I saw my friends buying a new mobile phone. I also saw my friends buying new clothes, going for party, going for vacations. They were posting pictures on Instagram, Facebook. I thought, you know what? Let me do saving and investments later. Let me enjoy my life right now. So I kept on enjoying for a few years. Then I saw my friends going for a destination wedding. I told, okay, saving and investments can happen later. Let me enjoy a destination wedding. Then I saw my friends buying a house and a car. I thought, okay, saving and investments can happen later. And then I forgot about it. The most important thing is, the problem is that the temptations are very high. So the first challenge, it teaches you that you have to plan very well. You have to understand that technically you just get 25 years to earn money. Next 25, 30 years, there will be no money. So the first challenge, what teaches you is that you have to plan very well. And based on that planning, you should start saving and investing. Now let's go to the second challenge. I'm assuming and hoping that all of you have understood the first challenge. Let's go to the second challenge. Now, as you are moving at Mars, you see a lot of kids having a lot of water bottles. Some kids are having 2 water bottles, some kids are having 3 water bottles, some are having 4, some are even wasting water. Now, as kids, what will you do? Will you stick to your plan of having 1 water bottle, or will you consume 3, 4 or 5 like other kids, or maybe 2 water bottles like other kids? Think about it and put your answers in the chat box. Interesting answers. Most of you are saying that you will actually stick to your plan and you will have one water bottle, which is very logically right. See, you have to understand that on this Mission Mars trips, everybody might have got different water bottles. You as a team have got 2 water bottles per day. So your plan was to have 1 water per day. Maybe those kids have got more water. So you don't have to change your plan based on what others are doing. You have to make your plan, which is very unique to yourself, and try to apply this on your life. See, understand, even your parents have got different water bottles. Not everybody's parents are earning in the similar fashion. Maybe some of your parents have got more water bottles, some parents have got less water bottles, and everybody is planning in a very different way. But sometimes we forget that our parents have got different water bottle and we try comparing it. Dad, mom, my friend is going for this vacation. Why are we not going? We don't understand. Technically, we all have got different water bottles and we have to be very cautious about it. Similarly, when you start earning, you have to understand that you might earn different. You might be earning different, your friends might be earning different, your neighbors might be earning differently. You'll have different water bottles. Make your unique plan. Don't copy anyone. Just make your unique plan and stick to your plan. Extremely important. Making a unique plan and sticking to the plan. I hope you understood the challenge number 2. Now, let's go to the challenge number 3. There are around 7 to 8 challenges. All these challenges will be explaining you about money, investments, investing, compounding, and everything. Now, I'm sure when we are doing this session, a lot of kids, maybe who are around 15 years, 14 years, 20 years, okay, might be thinking, why are we learning about money and investments now? Okay, isn't investments when I start earning when I'm 25, 30? Why are we even discussing right now? Just to tell you that the world's richest investor, his name is Warren Buffett. His age today is 92 years old. You know at what age did he started investing? He started investing at the age of 11. वो 11 साल की उम्र से इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करना शुरू कर दिया. And when Mr. Warren Buffett was asked कि आपकी लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा रिग्रेट क्या है, and you know what he said? He said, I wish मैंने थोड़ा जल्दी शुरू कर दिया होता. So all of you जो कह रहे हैं ना कि हम तो अभी 12 साल के हैं, 15 साल के हैं, 14 साल के हैं, अभी क्यों शुरू करें? Understand, Warren Buffett started at the age of 11. When I do these sessions and when my son also listens to his session, I remember when he heard the session for the first time, he was 9 years old. Today he's around 10 and a half. He feels very happy. Dad, I have started my investments. I started 1 year before Warren Buffett did. So hopefully I should be richer than Warren Buffett. And who knows, he might even be rich. The idea is starting early is very important. And I'll explain you the logic why starting early is important. So let's come to the challenge number 3. So basically you are in Mars. Water is very precious. Now, there is a possibility that you might lose your water bottles. But there is a good thing. There is a friendly dog. And if in case you give a one sip of water to this friendly dog, what this dog will do is, वो आपकी misplaced bottles को लेकर आ जाएगा. So if you don't have this friendly dog, आपको इसको एक sip of water देने की जरूरत नहीं है. But if you give one sip of water to this friendly dog, if you lose it, if you lose your water, basically, he will take care of all the water bottles. Now think about it. Will you actually have this friendly dog, give him a sip of water, or you will say, why should I waste my water? Think about it and put your answers in the chat box. Okay. Few of you are telling that you will have this friendly dog. You like dogs. Okay. Somebody has said insurance. Yes, that's the right answer. What we are talking about over here is basically insurance. Insurance is like basically paying that one sip to a dog, okay? One sip of water to the dog. In that same example, what is insurance? You pay a small premium to an insurance company. I will give you my personal example, okay? I've got a family, I've got a wife, I've got a son who is 11 years old. My mother stays with me. Can something happen to me? The answer is yes. Life is uncertain. Something can happen to me. If something happens to me, financially, my family will not be able to manage it because I want my son to go to a very good school for higher education. I want my family to have a good standard of living. But if something happens to me, then who takes care of my family? So I've taken a life insurance. Similarly, okay, we all know we can fall sick. COVID taught us that unfortunately any of us can fall sick. So I've taken a health insurance. Similarly, I love my car. Okay, can something happen to my car? Can I have an accident? Answer is yes. And I've taken a car insurance. So basically, any risk what you see, any financial risk what you see, you can pay a small premium to it and you can insure yourself. You might ask, what if nothing happens? Will the premium go waste? It will not go waste. It's basically managing that risk. It's like saying, if I don't lose my water bottles, then my sip has gone waste. Fine. If you don't lose, then you might say it has gone waste, but it's not gone waste. But what if you lose? It is all about managing risk. So always remember, you have to take insurance for yourself. Now, once you've understood three important principles: first, planning; second, you have to stick to your plan and manage your emotions; and third thing is insurance. Let's go to the fourth challenge and let's understand a very interesting challenge about money and investments. So basically, you're going deep in Mars and you realize that there is one person who's promising you to give you 3 water bottles per day. Okay, you just give him 1 water bottle and he will give you 3 water bottles per next day. Okay, so if you give him 2 water bottles, he will give you 6 water bottles next day. If you give him 3 water bottles, he will give you 9 water bottles next day. He's basically promising you to give 3 times next day. A lot of kids are also saying, you know what, yesterday, कल हमने इनको एक पानी की बॉटल दी थी, हमें 3 मिल गई आज. और बहुत सारे बच्चे सोच रहे हैं, नाउ वी ऑल नो वाटर इज प्रेशियस. क्या आप लोग क्या करोगे? क्या आप इस पर्सन को ओके एक पानी की बॉटल या 2 पानी की बॉटल दे दोगे, अपनी हार्ड अर्नड पानी की बॉटल, या आप बोलोगे नो, ही माइट बी अ फ्रॉड एंड यू माइट नॉट गिव हिम? कैन यू पुट योर आंसर्स इन द चैट बॉक्स? ओके, we can see some interesting answers: fraud, scam, he might run away with the bottles, you might give 1 bottle. Okay, various interesting answers, but a very logical answer is, you have to think, how is this person promising to give you 3 water bottles next day? Because water is so precious at Mars. Most likely, if anyone makes these false promises, most likely that person is a fraud. So in investments, you have to understand there are people who make false claims. वो आपको ऐसे इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज बताएंगे कि जहां आपका पैसा डबल हो जाएगा, 3 times हो जाएगा in very short period of time. Understand, such things are not possible in investments. Anyone who tells you about these things, double your money, triple your money in very short period of time, most likely all these people are fraud. Stay away from them. They are called Ponzi schemes, scams, fraud. Stay away from it. It's like somebody saying, you know what, come to my coaching classes in 1 day. I will make sure you come first. Honestly, that's not possible. Or somebody says, come to my coaching classes, I will teach you cricket, and in 5 days, you'll become like Virat Kohli. Logically, you'll say, you're a fraud. It's not possible. So anyone who makes such false promises, stay away from it. But we have seen a lot of people making big money mistakes because they fall into these false promises. Now, coming to a very interesting thing. Now you would say, okay, I've understood that I need to save and invest money, but where should I save and invest this money? The most important thing is, first you have to write your goals. Okay, what are your financial goals? I'm around 40 years old and I'll tell you my goals. So basically, my goal is that I want to have an amazing retirement with my family. Second thing is, I want my son to go for a very good higher education. Like how my dad gave me a good higher education, even I want my son to go for a good higher education. I also want to go for vacations. Maybe this year I might go to Goa or Kerala. I want to go to vacations, okay, every year. So I want to save for that also. I want to also maybe buy a car, and I want to also do some home decor. So there are few goals which are short term, like vacation is like 2-3 years, buying a car is like 4-5 years, and my son's education is after 10-15 years, and my retirement is after 20 years. So first you have to define your goals. Now let's try to understand, where should you invest your money to achieve these goals? And to understand this, let's understand the first asset class, which is called as equity. Equity investment. Just imagine for a second that all of us, okay, the good part about technology is that, you know what, today we are doing this session, we have more than 3,000 participants, kids across the country, across the world, are able to understand and learn at the same time. Yes, there are disadvantages of technology. There are also some advantages of technology. Today is a day, it's an amazing advantage. We are able to learn together about money and investments. So let's imagine all of us are in the same school. Now you all are my batchmates and all of you are very sorted in life. सबने सोच लिया है कि आप बड़े होके क्या करना चाहोगे. कोई बोलता है कि मैं इंजीनियर बनूंगा, एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी शुरू करूंगा. कोई कहता है मैं फार्मा कंपनी शुरू करूंगा. कोई कहता है मैं ऑटोमोबाइल कंपनी शुरू करूंगा. कोई कहता है मैं मूवीज बनाऊंगा. कोई कहता है मैं बेकरी शॉप ओपन करूंगा. कोई कहता है बेसिकली मैं बुक स्टोर ओपन करूंगा. Somebody wants to be a doctor and open a hospital. So all of you will have amazing businesses. Even I want to be rich. Now, how should I become rich? Ideally, I'm not as smart and intelligent as all of you are. Okay, does it mean that I can't be rich? The answer is yes, I can be rich. And you know how can I be rich? If I invest into all your companies. Let's say somebody wants to open an hospital. Okay, I will invest into your hospital. Somebody wants to open an automobile company. I will invest into your company. So if I invest into all your companies, you are working very hard, your business is growing, I'm a shareholder, I'm a partner in your company, even my money will grow. This, in simple terms, is basically called as equity. Okay, basically, you can see two lines over here. One is a blue line and one is a yellow line. I'll explain this yellow line later, but let's understand this blue line. It's called Sensex. What is Sensex? Sensex is nothing but the top 30 companies of the country. Now, first, should I invest all my money into one company, into one friend's business? And the answer is no. I should not invest all my money into one business. I should put my money into various businesses. So what happens? It manages the risk. अगर मैं सारा पैसा एक कंपनी में डाल दूंगा और अगर वो कंपनी नहीं चली तो बहुत रिस्क है. अगर मैंने पैसा डाइवर्सिफाई कर दिया बहुत सारी कंपनीज में, मेरा रिस्क कम हो जाता है. Second point, you also have to understand the journey of businesses is not like a straight line. Like अगर आपको याद होगा, during COVID time, a lot of businesses were not doing well because of COVID, businesses suffered. So what happens? The value of businesses go down. Then again, things became better and the value of the businesses went up. So what happens? If you look at the blue line, you will realize that this journey of Sensex or equity, or basically it goes through periods of ups and downs, because businesses will always go through ups and downs. There are periods when it's not doing well, there are periods when it's doing well, again it's not doing well, again it's doing well. So basically it goes through ups and downs. But if you look at from a long term perspective, let's say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it generally goes up. So what is equity? Equity means investing into businesses. It goes through ups and downs. But if you have a horizon of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you will make a lot of money because you're investing into good businesses. And you might ask, okay, I don't know about these businesses. You will be surprised. You use all these businesses on a daily basis. Next time when you get up in the morning, check your toothpaste. It's either Pepsodent or a Colgate. These are listed companies. When you have Maggi, it's Nestle. When you have Atta, it's ITC. Okay. When you drive your car, it's Maruti, Mahindra, Tata Motors. When you do your art and craft homework and you stick something, it's Pedalite, Fevicol you're using. When you are wearing chappals, it's Relaxo. Or when you are wearing shoes, it's generally Bata shoes. So basically, when you go to a bank, your parents go to a bank, HDFC, ICICI, Kotak, SBI. These are basically all companies. I'm sure when you even paint your house, it's basically Asian Paints or Nerolac. So basically, all these companies, you're using them on a daily basis. In fact, right now, we are doing this session on technology. You must be using a Reliance broadband or a Airtel broadband. These are also basically listed companies. All these companies, you can invest into all these companies. I'm not recommending any of these companies, but I'm just explaining you what equity is all about. Now, you might have a second question. You know what? I don't understand all these companies. Okay, I don't know which company is good, which company is bad, which company I should invest, which company, कौन से कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. बट अच्छी बात क्या है, हमारे सब फ्रेंड्स के बीच में ना एक बच्चा है जो बहुत स्मार्ट और बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है. उसको पता है इन सारी कंपनीज में कौन सी अच्छी कंपनीज हैं जहां पे इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए. लेट्स से हिज नेम इज शेखर. आप शेखर के पास जाते हो, शेखर, यू आर सो स्मार्ट एंड इंटेलिजेंट, you are doing so much research, why don't you help me? I'm sure Shekhar will help all of us, but he will not do it for free. So basically, Shekhar will say, okay, I will charge you a small fees for doing it. And this is what mutual funds are all about. What is a mutual fund? There is a fund manager and he is a team of people. One person might be analyzing all the banking companies or banking stocks. Somebody might be analyzing all the healthcare or the pharma companies, the companies which make medicines. So everybody is doing some research and together as a team, they built a portfolio. Now, who can invest into a mutual fund? You can invest, I can invest, your parents, everybody across the country can invest. Thousand, lakhs, and crores of investors together invest their money. And they can invest with any amount. They can put 500 rupees, 1,000, 1 lakh, 1 crore, 10 crore, no matter whatever they put. So basically, what happens in a mutual fund? Everybody pulls in money, and there is a fund manager and the team. They try to find the best companies, good companies, with their research, and try to create money over a longer period of time. So let's say out of all these companies, only 3 companies were good. The remaining companies were not great. And this is how the fund manager will try to build the portfolio. This is one way of investing. It's basically called as equity. Now you can see a yellow line over there. Okay. This yellow line is a very stable line. It goes up slowly and gradually, and you don't see ups and downs over here. What is this investment? It is called as fixed income. And what is fixed income? Let's try to understand this in a very simple terms. Now, you can also invest into companies, okay, by not investing, but actually giving money to them as a loan, okay. Basically, companies need money. You can invest and become a partner in those companies. या आप उनको पैसा दे सकते हो ब्याज के ऊपर. So what happens is that a company will launch a bond. बॉन्ड में क्या होगा? कंपनी आपसे पैसा लेगी और कुछ टाइम बाद आपको वो पैसा रिटर्न कर देगी विद इंटरेस्ट. सो व्हाट हैपेंस? आफ्टर सम टाइम यू गेट योर इंटरेस्ट एंड यू गेट योर मनी बैक. So your money is safe. You get some interest over it. Okay. Now, even if the company is not doing good, even if the company is bad, okay, or if it's doing extremely good, फिर भी आपको वो थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्ट ही देगी. So what happens in fixed income? These investments are safe, relatively safe, but they don't help you create a lot of money over a period of time. So fixed income actually help you give very moderate returns over a long period of time, but they have very less ups and downs. Now you might ask a question, कौन सा अच्छा है? Is equity अच्छा, equity mutual fund good, or fixed income better option? And the answer is both of them are good. It depends upon for what goal are you investing in. And I'll give you my example. I told you about my goals. So if in case, if I have to pay my son's fees every year, that money I don't put into equity, okay, or equity mutual fund. That money I put into fixed income because I want safety over there. Because my son will say every year, Papa, I want fees. So obviously that money has to be very safe. I put it in fixed income. Similarly, I have to go for a vacation after 2-3 years. That money I put into something which is very safe because I have to go for a vacation after 3 years. But let's say I'm investing and saving money for my son's higher education. So when he's like, let's say 23, 24, and he needs money for higher education, that money I have put into equity mutual fund because now I have got 10-15 years to wait for that. That money I put into equity mutual fund because I've got 15 years. And the money which I am saving for my retirement, which is 20 years down the line, that money I'm putting into equity mutual fund. So if you're investing for long term, let's say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, that money you should put into equity mutual fund. But money which you require, let's say after 3 years, 5 years, you should put this money into something which is very safe. Let's say you have understood these principles. Now, as you are moving in Mars, you meet aliens. Don't worry about it. These are not typical aliens which we watch in movies, because even while growing up, jab main bada ho raha tha, all aliens were bad. Okay, but these are very friendly aliens. Okay, we always think aliens are bad, but these are very friendly aliens. They are very emotional aliens, but so they also invest into our stock markets. They also invest into businesses in equity investments in India. But the problem is, you know what, they make a mistake. So what happens is that they are very emotional. So whenever markets go up, whenever the value of stocks go up, they start dancing and they put a lot of money. And whenever the markets go down, they start crying and they remove the money in a loss. Again, when the market goes up, they start dancing, they feel very happy and they invest. And when again market goes down, they start crying and they start removing money. Now you smart, intelligent kids have understood about the journey of equity mutual funds. What advice will you give, or what suggestion will you give to these friendly aliens? If you could put in the chat box. Okay, some interesting answers. Some of you are saying that you will tell them to be patient. You will ask them to manage emotions. You will tell them that you should not remove your money. Ups and downs do happen. Yes, amazing answers. And this is what you will actually suggest to your alien friends over there, that if you have invested, don't get too emotional about it. Markets go through ups and downs, ups and downs. You are investing for long term, like 10 years, 15 years. Allow this money to grow. Sometimes market will go up, sometimes market will go down, but in long term, generally market goes up. So you will tell your alien friends, don't worry about it, don't get too emotional about it. And you might think, who are these aliens? Honestly, you know who are these aliens? Just go and talk to your parents. You will realize that you will see some bit of the aliens of Mars even in your parents. The idea is even our parents do the same thing. When they invest, when markets go up, they start feeling very happy. They start dancing. And when markets go down, they get so depressed. They feel bad. Oh, the value has gone down. Next time when you see your parents, okay, when they're getting too happy when markets go up, tell your parents, dad, mom, don't get too excited. And when you see the value going down and your parents are unhappy, tell your mom and dad, mom, dad, don't feel unhappy. Ups and downs are part of life. We are investing this for 15, 20, 30 years. Let this money grow. This is a very important message which we want children to understand, and they should actually teach their parents. You know what? A lot of people think that, you know what, children cannot understand about money. Very surprising. Children actually are more logical and rational. They can explain their parents in a much more logical fashion. I hope you understood this example. Next time when you see your parents doing mistakes, please tell them, mom, dad, let's not make this mistake. Now, this is a very important principle. And this is why I told you that starting early is very important. You know what? It's not that you were just randomly selected to go to Mars. There was a mission at Mars. And the mission was, we all know Mars is a red planet. The objective was to make Mars green. And how we can make Mars green? By growing trees over there. So there was a magical tree, okay, where you have to plant in Mars and you have to grow this plant. But the size of the plant on the first day is only 0.5 feet. But it's a magical plant. It doubles its size every day. So first day it's 0.5, second day it becomes 1, third day it becomes 2, 4. Now you have got 10 days. Okay? Do you think, will you be able to grow this plant up to the height of 100 feet in 10 days? Can you please put the answer in the chat box? 10 दिन में क्या आपके trees 100 feet cross हो पाएंगे? Because on the first day it's only 0.5 feet. It doubles every day. 0.5, 1, 2. 3 दिन में सिर्फ 4 ही हो पाया. सिर्फ 7 दिन बचे हैं. कैसे कर पाओगे? Do you think it's possible? And yes, all of you, majority of you are saying yes. And some of you are also giving answers. Yes, it will happen on the 7th and the 8th day. And you are bang on. You are absolutely right. That's called power of compounding. And let's try to understand this, how it happens. So first day, it's 0.5 feet. Second day, it's 1. Third day, it's 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So basically, that's how money grows over a period of time. And this is what we mean by compounding. More time you give to your investment, your money is growing. Now, obviously, we don't talk about 100% return. Let's say a basic example, when you're putting into equity mutual fund, let's say you make around 10, 11 or 12%. Okay. Just as an example, because equity markets don't give guaranteed return, but just as an example, like let's say 10, 11, 12% return. Now, when you give time to your investments, your money is growing at 10%. Now, what happens is that the more time you give to your investments, the bigger your value become. And that's like the magical tree. And that's why we always say that the moment you start investing early, that's the secret mantra of creating wealth. If you start at the age of 30, you'll create amazing wealth. If you start at the age of 20, even bigger. And let's say if you start at the age of 15, it will become extremely big. You might say, what difference would make 5 years, make 10 years make? No. The idea is even 1 year makes a very big difference in the period of compounding. Now, let's try to understand the most important thing which you should do, okay, in your life. It's called SIP. It's called Systematic Investment Plan. I also love to call it Simple Investment Plan. What is SIP? In fact, the day I started earning, I've been doing my SIP. It's been 16 years. Every day, so let's say in a month when I earn 100 rupees, 50 rupees I spend, I enjoy with my friends, with my family, with myself. And the remaining 50 rupees, I invest through something called as SIP. Now, what is SIP? Systematically, I'm investing every month. As my salary increases, I increase my SIP amount. SIP is a very simple, logical way. In a disciplined way, you can create amazing corpus for yourself and for your family. Now, let's do a quick recap of what all we discussed. First, we discussed about plan and start early. Very important. Second thing is follow your own plan. Make your own plan, make your own path and follow your own path. किसी को कॉपी मत करो. इंश्योरेंस बहुत जरूरी है. चौथी चीज, फिक्स्ड इनकम और एफडीज आर सेफ, but they will not help you grow your money. They are safe, they give you moderate returns, but they will not help you create amazing returns. Fifth, equity will help you grow your money. It will help you create wealth. But the journey of equity market will go through ups and downs. In this entire ups and downs, the most important thing which you will realize is actually managing your emotions. When markets go up, ideally, you should manage your emotions. When markets go down, again, you have to manage your emotions. Again, the next principle, what we discussed about compounding, the more time you give to your investments, your money will grow over time. And last but not the least, the idea of SIP, systematic investment plan, a very simple way of investing. Now, you might say, at this age, how should I start investing? There are two ways of doing it. First is talk to your parents, learn more about investments. Okay. So, my son, whenever I do this session, he always has very unique questions with me. He always discusses a lot with me. Discuss with your parents. Your parents also have a mutual fund distributor who comes and talks to your parents. Be a part of their conversation. Learn from them also. Third is that ask your parents, Dad, Mom, have you started an investment in my name? Okay. So basically, they can do an investment specifically for you. And maybe if in case you want, they can also do an investment in your name. Okay. There are something called as children gift fund. Actually, in your name, the investments can be done. They are basically funds designed only for children. You can also invest into those funds. As homework, there are some interesting videos by Warren Buffett. We discussed Warren Buffett is one of the smartest, best investors across the world. He has made some interesting animated videos, like, 10 minutes videos, around 24, 25 videos, amazing videos, where he talks about money, investment in a very fun, interesting, and engaging way. A lot of comic characters. You will learn a lot about businesses, how to start businesses. It's called Secret Millionaire Club. Go on YouTube and just write Secret Millionaires Club. You will see all those videos. Please watch the videos. You will learn a lot about money and investments. Simple matra is start early, and how Jitu Bhai started his session. The best investment, what you can do, is the investment in yourself. What we try to do in the last 40 minutes is to basically educate you about saving, planning, investments in a very logical way. Obviously, all these principles and these habits cannot be taught you in just 40 minutes. It was just a small attempt to do that. It is a continuous practice of learning. Please learn from your parents, from good mutual fund distributors. Also, there are amazing books. Please keep on learning. With this, we will stop the session. And if in case we have any questions, please put your question in the chat box and we'll try to answer it. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Amit sir. Thank you very much for giving such a nice session and a knowledgeable session. My voice is audible, sir?
Yes, Jitu bhai, absolutely.
So कुछ क्वेश्चंस है सर. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन तो रिसेंटली जो आपने चिल्ड्रन फंड्स के बारे में बताया उसके बारे में कुछ और डिटेल्स चाहिए कि हाउ इट इज वर्क और क्या होता है एचडीएफसी चिल्ड्रन फंड्स के बारे में.
ओके, सो बेसिकली चिल्ड्रंस फंड बहुत सिंपल फंड है. इट्स लाइक अ नॉर्मल इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड, बट इसका नाम होता है चिल्ड्रंस गिफ्ट फंड. इसमें बच्चों के नाम पे इन्वेस्ट किया जाता है. जरूरी नहीं है बच्चों का अकाउंट होना चाहिए. बच्चों के नाम पे इन्वेस्ट होता है. इन्वेस्ट पेरेंट ही करते हैं. सो गार्डियन इन्वेस्ट करता है, बट इन्वेस्टमेंट बच्चों के नाम पे होती है. बट किड्स एक्चुअली अप्रिशिएट करते हैं कि अच्छा मेरे नाम पे इन्वेस्टमेंट है. दे कैन सी द वैल्यू गोइंग अप एंड डाउन. जब आप खुद एक्सपीरियंस करते हो ना, इट्स लाइक बेसिकली साइकिलिंग. दो तरीके हैं. ओके, आज तक कोई किसी को साइकिलिंग करते हुए देखते हुए नहीं सीखा साइकिलिंग. जब तक साइकिलिंग खुद ना करो तो आइडियली आप सीख नहीं सकते. तो जब आप खुद के नाम पे इन्वेस्ट करते हो ना, और जब आप वैल्यू देखते हो ना, तो आपको समझ आता है अच्छा वैल्यू ऐसे बढ़ी, ऐसे गिरी, इस तरीके से बढ़ रही है. तो वो प्रिंसिपल्स लर्न होते हैं. बच्चे अपने नाम पे भी इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं चिल्ड्रंस गिफ्ट फंड के नाम से.
और most of the questions तो already cover कर लिए. One question is that once a minor is major at 18 year, it's okay to fail a zero taxation regarding the investment of mutual
नहीं,
fund.
देखो टैक्स तो पे करना ही पड़ता
Right.
है. बेसिकली टैक्स गवर्नमेंट को जाता है, हर चीज पे टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा. तो आप पता टैक्स को किस तरीके से समझिए. अगर आपको याद होगा कि जब आपको बचपन में मॉम डैड एक आइसक्रीम खिलाते थे, ओके, और बीच में से एक छोटी सी बाइट ले लेते थे, ओके, पूरी आइसक्रीम आपको नहीं मिलती थी. गवर्नमेंट भी
Right.
कुछ ऐसा ही करती है. आप जितना भी कमाओगे थोड़ा सा पोर्शन गवर्नमेंट टैक्स लेगी, बिकॉज जितनी भी देश में डिफेंस, सड़कें बन रही हैं, रोड बन रही हैं, स्कूल्स बन रहे हैं, कॉलेजेस बन रहे हैं, और जितना भी कुछ हो रहा है ऑब्वियसली गवर्नमेंट टेक्स केयर ऑफ दैट. सो देयर इज सम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी यू हैव टू पे ऑन टैक्स. इस पे भी रिटर्न्स पे आपको उसके ऊपर एक टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा. हर एक म्यूचुअल फंड पे, इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड पे टैक्स पे करना पड़ता है.
Right. One question is already how to start saving money from starting as a teenage. Already बता चुके हैं, सर ने बोला कि भाई एग्जैक्टली आप आपके पेरेंट्स के साथ में डिस्कस कीजिए अबाउट द इन्वेस्टमेंट. उसके बाद आपकी नीड आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए. फिर म्यूचुअल फंड जो एनजे वेल्थ के एडवाइजर्स हैं उनके साथ में आप डिस्कशन रखिए, कम्युनिकेशन रखेंगे साथ में पेरेंट के साथ बैठ के. ऑटोमेटिकली यू हैव टू बी लर्न अबाउट द इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड ऑल दिस थिंग. सो फाइनली वन क्वेश्चन इज, मतलब इसका ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चन का आंसर आप दे चुके हो, फिर भी it's advisable to invest in mutual fund instead of the stocks.
बिल्कुल मत कीजिए. देखो स्टॉक्स पे, देखो बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, बहुत सिंपल सी बात है. समझो कि एक बच्चा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की वायर को टच करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, ठीक है, एंड आप उसको बोलोगे प्लीज मत करो, यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, इट्स अ वेरी रिस्की थिंग. सी आई नो टुडेस किड्स आर वेरी स्मार्ट, ओके, दे आर वेरी टेक सेवी. मेरा बेटा भी 10 साल का है, वो बहुत अमेजिंग टेक सेवी है. इनफैक्ट जब भी मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी प्रॉब्लम आती है ना कंप्यूटर को लेके, मैं उसको फटाफट बुला लेता हूँ. आइडिया इज आई नो यू आर वेरी स्मार्ट, आप लोग को स्टॉक्स फैसिनेटिंग लगता है, बट टू डू एनीथिंग इन लाइफ यू हैव टू बी फर्स्ट लर्निंग दैट स्किल. ये एक्चुअली खुद स्टॉक्स बाय करने के लिए ना आपको कंपनी के बारे में बहुत रिसर्च करनी पड़ती है. ओके, सिर्फ नाम पता होना काफी नहीं होता, बहुत रिसर्च लगती है. अगर आप उनके लिए पढ़ाई करते हो ठीक से, ओके, उसको बोलते हैं पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट की पढ़ाई करते हो और प्रॉपर रिसर्च करते हो, तब आप कुछ स्टॉक्स खरीद सकते हो. अदरवाइज बहुत सिंपल आइडिया है कि आइडियली आप म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेजर यूज कर सकते हो, और आप यूज करते हो, आप हेल्प सबसे लेते हो, राइट. आप बीमार पड़ते हो, आप खुद दवाई तो नहीं बनाते, आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो. सिमिलरली घर पे पेंटिंग करनी होती है तो बेसिकली आप पेंटर को बुलाते हो. दिवाली में फटाके आपने खरीदे, राइट, आपने बारूद से खुद फटाके नहीं बनाए. ओके, बहुत सिंपल सी बात है. आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट्स नहीं आती है, आपको पोर्टफोलियो बनाना नहीं आता, तो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं जिनका होल एंड सोल काम करना ही वही है. ओके, अगर आपको मैं बोलूं एक टेबल चेयर बनाओ, आप कारपेंटर नहीं हो, आप नहीं बना सकते, राइट. देयर इज समबडी हु हैज बीन एक्सपर्टीज फॉर डूइंग दैट. या तो आप एक्सपर्ट बनो, उसकी पढ़ाई करो, आपने नहीं किया किसी और को करने दो.
Right. And finally, one question is that which one is better, SIP or lump sum investment?
Our kids are aware about what is lump sum and SIP. Amazing words. Actually, today's kids are very smart, extremely smart, and that's why मुझे लगता है कि काश 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 हमें समझाया गया होता है छोटी उम्र में. हम बहुत लेट सीखे ये बातें.
Right.
आइडली दोनों अच्छा है. मैं आपको अपना एग्जांपल देता हूँ. मैं हर महीने SIP करता हूँ, बट जब मुझे कभी कभी थोड़ा ज्यादा पैसा मिलता है ना, मेरी कंपनी खुश हो जाती है मेरे काम से, they give me money, वो पैसा मैं लमसम डाल देता हूँ. Otherwise, I do SIPs because I earn salary on a monthly basis. Do
Right.
both of them. They both are good.
So lots of the more question is the relating the investment. So advisable ये है कि आपके जो भी एनजे वेल्थ के जो एडवाइजर्स हैं आप उनके साथ में बैठिए और जो भी आपके डाउट्स है सेशंस के लिए रहे तो उनके साथ बैठ के प्लीज कीजिए. सो अगेन थैंक यू वेरी मच अमित सर. Thank you very much all parents, all children, and again happy Children's Day to all of you.
Happy
Thank you very
Children's
much.
Day. Let's try to revolutionize about money. आप दुनिया की कितनी भी पढ़ाई कर लोगे ना, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा अगर पैसों के बारे में ठीक नहीं समझोगे. आज दुनिया के बड़े बड़े डॉक्टर्स, हमारे देश के भी बड़े डॉक्टर्स को सब कुछ पता है, बट उनको अपना पैसा मैनेज करना नहीं आता. सिमिलरली इंजीनियर्स और बाकी फील्ड में भी देखा हमने. प्लीज पैसे को ठीक से समझिए, अच्छी एडवाइस लीजिए, अच्छे म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के साथ बैठिए, अपने सारे डाउट्स क्लियर कीजिए. और आइडियली ऐसा नहीं है कि मत सोचिए बच्चे नहीं समझ सकते. ट्रस्ट मी, किड्स आर मच मोर स्मार्टर देन अस व्हेन इट कम्स टू मैनेजिंग मनी. सो आइडियली children, parents, husband, wife, all of them should ideally manage their money in a very logical way. Thanks. Wish you a happy
Thank you.
Children's Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jitu bhai.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.